Good morning, good day. I'm Professor John Barrios of the University of the Philippines Visayas, and I teach Filipino language and literature. My paper is titled Ibahay Sayaw, Constructing the Space of Kalibugan. Let me share you the slides. The Sayaw of Ibahay Inaklan is a theatrical performance held once a year during the Fiesta of the Santo Niño. The performance lasts nearly an hour, and it starts with the fetching of the image of the Santo Niño, which was enthroned in the church altar the day before. The image is put on a cloth table in front of the sayaw performers. The sayaw is considered an offering to the Santo Niño. The history of sayaw could not be separated from the history of the Santo Niño. The gozo or song composed for the image and the original text of the play trace the origin of the Santo Niño in Cebu, considered as the first city established by the Spanish conqueror Miguel Lopez de Legazpi in the 16th century. This narrative is intertwined with Ibhay's local lore that narrates the transformation of dagsa, piece of wood from the sea, found by a local fisherman, into the image of the Santo Niño and the offering of the Ati-Ati dance thereafter. But it is the Calizo family that claims to have fetched the image in Cebu that could be credited for making it a tradition. The family's devotion to the image makes possible the holding of Sayaw's yearly performance. Basing on the lore, it could be said that the image of Santo Niño has traveled for so many times from Bubukon, where it is believed to have originated, to its present location, which is the town's church convent. This is made more significant when the transfer of the image is connected to the history of Moro raids and the miraculous intercessions of the image to save the Ibahaynons. To commemorate these events, the Ebahaynons had thought of staging the fight between Christians and Moros, now known as Sayao. A country which has undergone colonization has an unstable social structure. The clashes, wedding, intersection is a reality that one can glean from a community's cultural practice between their native culture and the foreign culture. So the members of the community learn to fight, accept, play, and negotiate within the structure where they feel the power and influence of the foreign race. With this, the natives are able to access cultural elements that they can use to construct their own and create meaning to the relationship with the foreign colonizers. They were able to discover ways to continue their cultural practices. Nicanor Johnson identifies the ways employed by Filipinos in cultural production, namely indigenization, imitation, adoption, assimilation, adaptation, and transformation. Most of these processes aspire to produce the foreign in appearance, sound, movement, but almost always fall short of becoming one because the native cultural elements are not totally lost or dissolved. Thus, the construction of libong in the culture. The processes which Johnson mentioned could be considered as pakigsigulanon or negotiation between the native and the foreign. Some native elements either get taken, replaced, or simply disappear. On the other hand, Aguilar sees these processes as clash of spirits of the culture of the native and the culture of the foreign. According to him, the clashes become possible because our social structures are not solid and granite like, but porous, fluid, and in dynamic movement. Based on this conceptualization, the foreign culture is in the privileged position, thus, the need to foreground the native culture. The concept of kalibugan appears in this kind of reading of cultural practices. Therefore, Aguilar's concept of class of spirits could also be read using pakiksugilanon between the native and the foreign, and to show that there exists no singular dominant culture, and the particular cultural practice persists because it preserves the pride of the race that produces it. Pakigsugilanon is rooted in the pre-colonial tradition called paghusay or settlement as a means to give solution to a problem. According to anthropologist Alicia Pimagos, Panayanons go to manughusay or arbiter every time there is a misunderstanding or a fight between men involving affairs with another woman. The conflict or misunderstanding is settled through an agreement, usually a payment in the form of manggad or wealth, like sanduko, bolo, or agong brass musical instrument. In this form of negotiation, no party gets disadvantaged. And as the time passes, this could even lead to wealth sharing and the marriage between two parties. Vicente Villan considers pakigsugilanon as a function to preserve the dumog or respect of the community. It is accomplished through different practices such as pagpangayaw, raiding, and the collaboration with the foreign colonizers. With the process that employs negotiation, the natives were able to formulate a cultural practice that is responsible for the construction of a Kalibugan text. According to the first Panayanon dictionary by Father Alonso de Mentrida, Diccionario de la Lingua Bisaya Hiligina y Haraya, the word Kalibugan means mestizo de los naciones, or hybrid of two races. Like the child of a Spaniard and a Visayan, or a Visayan and a Tagalog, or a Visayan and a Chinese. The word could also mean child of the Dato and a Timawa, or free woman. A Timawa and an Oripon, or slave, of animals of different families, like a carabao and a cow, or even the offspring of a domesticated animal and a wild animal. From these mixings, the two meanings libog are created, sense of wonder and confusion. The Kalibugan text is constructed through the concept of mixing, wonderment, and confusion. Nicanor Chungson traces Sayaw's origin in Moro y Cristianos, which was brought from Mexico by the Spanish friars from 16th to 18th century. Aside from similarity in the costumes, the Mexicans also use poetic verses. It is also similar in terms of the theme, which is the Reconquista or the reconquest of Spain from the Moors. The Spanish priests in the Philippines taught this kind of play to the native Filipinos. Felicidad Mendoza compares the sayaw of Ibahay to that of the Mexican Morisca, that is also performers dressed as Christians and Moors and employs dialogues in verse form. It is said that it also uses funny movements such as sudden kicking, sudden jumping, and rotating of the sword. One of the instruments that dictate the rhythm of the dance is the tambol or the drum. The origin of sayaw could be traced back to Sinulog, a dance offered to the Santo Niño, and it comes from the word sulug, which means flow, describing the water-like movement of the dancer's body. Sinulog is believed to have started during the time of King Humabon, who employs a trickster called Baladhay, baptized as Santiago, who started the said dance. It could be said that from the dance movement of the trickster Baladhay came the dance called Sinulog, and so was the sayaw of Ibahay. The Santo Niño as a symbol of sayaw. The popularity of the image of the Santo Niño could be explained by its elusive meaning as symbol of both the Sinulog and the sayaw. An image could be a symbol of both opposing poles, what Victor Turner calls ideological pole and sensory pole. The first is the space where social order, beliefs, and values that are not separated from the Santo Niño worship is constructed. For example, the Santo Niño dress that signifies its being a boy king and a god. The second is the feeling formed by the outward appearance that could be read as holy and innocent. It is said that the intersecting of the two poles of meaning gives power to the child in saying. According to Turner, symbols, and I quote, symbols are believed to be charged with power from unknown sources. and to be capable of acting on persons and groups in such a way as to change them for the better. End of quote. This narrative shows that the miraculous works of the image of Santo Niño are same with the pre-colonial Filipino idols. The hundreds of years that these pre-colonial idols had been out of the Filipino Christian converts' homes give the Santo Niño the privileged position in the lives of the native Filipinos. The Kalibugan in Sayao. The obvious movement of atras abante, forward, backward, is constructed in the estocada or sword fight part of the sayaw. It is executed by 2 steps forward and 2 steps backward. The right foot's first step is executed simultaneously with the right hand's left thrust of the kampilan, in the case of the Moro, and sword in the case of the Christian. In the next step of the left foot, the weapon is thrust to the right. And before the left foot's backward step, the left hand will thrust the knife downwards. While keeping backward with the left foot, the right hand will thrust to the left side and to the right side while the right foot is stepping backwards. Before stepping forward with the right foot, the left hand will execute a stabbing movement. Both the Christian and the Moro execute the same movements. Both go forward to the thrusting, the catching, and the stabbing with their weapons. If these movements make up a literary trope, the historical spaces and discourses could be read from the way the Sayaw performers use their performance areas. According to the legend, the Santo Niño came from a piece of wood that was caught by the fisherman Hangol. The image stayed in Hangol's house for some time, but it was transferred to the town's church due to the prodding of the religious. The space of balay, house, and simbahan, church, could be constructed from this legend. The movement, atras abante stroke, shows the movement from and going to. The movement from could represent the natives' balay, and the movement going to could represent the simbahan of the foreign Spaniards. The space occupied by the Moro could stand as a balay of the native, and the space occupied by the Christian could stand as simbahan. This space inscribes the myth and oral history of the natives and the Spaniards shown in the pagsugang or fetching and paghatod, bringing of the image of the Santo Niño from the balay of the native to the simbahan of the Spaniards. It could be noticed that neither the Christian nor the Moro occupies an exact and definite space previously occupied by one's opponent. The same with their backward movements. This shows that neither the two was able to fully enter and occupy either the balay or the simbahan. It is possible to occupy just the half, just a part, or just to pass by the signified space. This inability to fully occupy, enter the space of the native or of the foreign constructs the space of uwaiya, uwaigtu, neither here nor there. In Sayaw, the space of the Kalibugan. The repetitive movement of atrasabante shows that the power of the balay and the simbahan, of the native and of the foreign culture, as unstable. Thus, the creation of the space of uwaiya, uwaigto, neither here nor there. To conclude, the Sayaw of Ibahay, being both native and foreign, is determined by the trope atras abante. This movement locates the two spaces where the Ibahaynon, the devotee, the dancer of the Sayaw, could occupy. The balay as the coming from and the simbahan as the going to. And then the balay inscribes the idea of coming back to the ancient worship of the pre-colonial idol, the angol. And the simbahan brought forth the Spanish religious rituals concerning the Santo Niño. Following Aguilar's contention that the gap between the native and the foreign cultural forms is fluid, cultural elements from both could easily be assimilated. So it is hard to determine if the form is of pure native or pure foreign. This means that it is also unlikely for the Ibahaynon, devotee, or dancer to get back or reach either of the two spaces, that of the balay and of the simbahan. In constantly executing the movement atras abante, the middle space evolves a character, that of being uwaiya, uwaigto, neither here nor there. that is almost synonymous to pauma or lacking sureness, and palagpat, accomplished out of chance. That may also mean defective based on lack or unsure. It is only able to occupy half or reach just a part of the space of the balay or of the simbahan. The whole space could not be fully assumed, thus the kalibugan character. The materialization of the concept going back and getting to is embedded in Sayaw's Estocada part, where the backward foot movement of either Moro or Christian performer could not exactly get back to the space that it originally occupied. Neither can any of the two step exactly in the space that their feet had once made a mark, because the dancer's line is not straight and does not follow the rigid military and Catholic concept of discipline, but that of the pre-colonial dancer warrior that uses broken and circular lines connoting trickery and reversal of conventional movements. The concept of trickery and reversal brings forth the concept of spectacle. This space of spectacle is but temporary, just like the celebration of the Sayao ritual once every year. From this temporary time and space that marks the space between the native balay and the foreign simbahan, the Moro native was able to execute unconventional movements. Example, side movements and twisting of head. The thesis the Christian opponent. Similarly, the native devotee was able to charcoal their face, wear unusual clothes, carry on stick with their native chicken, caught lizard, tamo, or rice wrapped in ball that they offer to their pre-colonial idol. And they was able to show their being maaram or wise compared to the priest and the local hierarchies. Also, it is in this temporary space and time of space of uwa iya waigto, neither there nor here nor there, that the pre-colonial and colonial religious practice and culture got married by transforming the space into an imaginary river that could bring the natives back to their memories of the sea and the boat, reminding them of their reverent past. The Ebahainons simultaneously bring the Santo Niño and the pre-colonial idol Ango to the imaginary boat. In this yearly ritual, what is almost always written is the act of locating the saint and Anito in the space of Uwaiya Waigto, neither here nor there. The foregrounding of the trope of Atrosabanti continues to construct the sayaw of Ibahay as a Kalibugan text. Thank you.